Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Olive Nkirate and this is Olive Nkirate rebranded. So guys, in today's video I'll be talking about something that's not crypto related. However, it's an investing opportunity that I stumbled upon and I could not think of anyone else to share to except you guys. So first of all, this video is not sponsored by them, but I still believe it's something worth sharing. I might just be leading you to your destiny, okay? So in today's video I'm going to be talking about Tsavo. Tsavo is an apartment real estate developer, reliable real estate developer. That's how they describe themselves online. And how did I find them? I was busy scrolling through my Instagram and then I saw, I think, a Tsavo ad or something to do with Tsavo. Then I followed them. I have a friend I recently made and she lives in Tsavo but in Risambo. So she invites me to her place and then I enter these apartments and I'm starstruck. I'm like, okay, this is pretty good. I mean, I liked the whole aspect of the entrance and the parking, the security. Maybe the only thing I didn't like is the fact that you don't have your balcony, right? Everyone has to hang their clothes in the rooftop, but minus that. They have lifts. It got me thinking, what is Tsavo? Who is Tsavo? Who owns Tsavo? What do they do? And it made me go into research mode. And you guys know at ONR, guys, I'm here to educate and provide value to you guys. I've done all the research, but still it's good you also do your own research and do your own due diligence. And my work is to point you at what you should do your research on. Please comment down below and tell me your thoughts. One, if you're a Tsavo resident, it would be amazing if you shared your experience living in Tsavo, any of the Tsavo apartments. Two, if you are a Tsavo investor, because they have a lot of investments in terms of apartments and I'll show you guys in a bit. They have invested in many areas. Please give us your insights down below. Please guys, another thing I want you guys to do for me as ONR is, please guys, feel free to educate others in the comment section. Feel free to ask questions in the comment section, as well as to educate other people. And I want to tell you guys what they do. So according to their website, I'm showing you guys probably on the screen, they are a reliable real estate developer and they want you to own an apartment in Nairobi and start earning rental income. And if you know guys, rental income is passive income. In what sense? There are two types of income. There is active income and there is passive income. So active income is income that you're making based on the things that you love, things that you enjoy doing, or maybe just your job or employment. You're actively working and it's paying you money, right? Passive income is whereby you invest your active income into passive income generating assets that don't rely on you putting in time, you working, but they actually bring you income. So ideally in life, you're advised to start collecting passive income opportunities so that you don't have to work so hard, or even if you work it's because you enjoy it, but you're able to make money in the times of maybe you're sick, or you know, when those tough times happen in life and you can't work, you can say I have an apartment that gives me 20k a month pahali Resambu, ama Tendegwa or Ngong Road and all that. So it's really important for you to actually consider investing in passive income generating assets. So with all that rambling, there are three reasons why Tsavo wants you to partner with them. One, they have more than 1,500 investors that have invested with them already. Two, they have a flexible payment plan of up to 5 years. And the third reason why they want you to sign up and buy an apartment with Tsavo is they have a 95% occupancy rate. Ideally, this means that the apartments are hot cake and you will be able to find rental income easily, right? Because 95% occupancy rate means literally 95% of each apartment has someone renting. Okay, Tsavo is a company that builds apartments around, or rather across Nairobi, and they have one in Rongai, Tendegwa, Embakasi, Resambu, Ngong Road, and so many others upcoming. They buy land, right? Drawn the map of the apartment and they know they're gonna have like 400 units in this apartment. They start selling the units before they build, and I think that's what they call off plan, right? So they start selling these units. Let's say Olive, Jane, John buy these units at a certain amount or sign up to own these units. The amount of money that they collect from all these investors is what actually funds the apartments structure. So that's my assumption. Anyway, so now we are on the Tsavo website. I want to show you guys what I'm talking about, so that in case you live next to a Tsavo apartment, definitely go have a look at them and see how they've designed the apartments. They are honestly unique, I will not lie. So let's get onto it. And while you sleep, financial independence through affordable, amazing apartments. So the AAA. And then when you scroll down, you'll see what they do. So basically, guys, they design the apartment, they build the apartment, they sell the apartment, and then they manage the apartment for you, right? And here are their projects. They are very unique, nice projects that, to be honest, guys, they really stand out like a lot. And so far, the 4 that are under construction are these 4. So Tsavo Sunset in Kiambu Road is under construction. Further, Embakasi only has studio apartments and superior studios. Tsavo Step Up is in Riruta. And then finally, Royal Suburbs 2, which is in Resambo. So these are the 4 that are currently under construction. Some have already sold, most of them, like Royal Suburbs and Sunset. However, I want to show you guys how they look, the payments and all that. So how exactly does the process of becoming a Tsavo investor begin with? So step number 1 is you select the project you want to invest in, number of units, and the typology of the units. So the typology essentially means like where do you want it to face, or how do you want it to look like the layout of the apartment. So I've entered the Royal Suburbs in Resambo, and there are some that when you enter, the first thing is a kitchen on your right, and then the sitting room, and then the room. But then there's some when you enter, it's the sitting room first, then the kitchen, then the washroom at the far end. So the typology also is an important factor depending on what you would prefer. The second one is payment. So you choose the best payment plan for you, and you can pay 20% deposit, and then you can start paying the rest in monthly installments, and I'm going to show you guys how that looks like. Then the third one is construction update. So what they do is they will add you to an email list where you will receive a weekly site update of the project until completion. I will show you guys how that looks like as well. Actually, I can show you right now. So there's one here, the Tsavo Sunset weekly site update, and you can see that it's a shared link. I don't want to click join because I don't believe I'm part of them, but you can see that, yeah, all these are people who've invested in Tsavo Sunset, and they have been added to maybe this drive, because you can see it's on Google Photos for Tsavo Sunset in Kiambu, and it's basically updating them on how far the going is for this particular project. And you can see that so far the studio is already sold out, right? And the 1 bedrooms are already sold out. So currently it's only the superior studios that are left. So this is what they mean by they will update you as you go. Okay, then the 4th thing is handover. So once they finish the project, they will host a grand opening ceremony celebrating the completion, and they will hand over the unit to you. So depending on how many units you bought and all, you'll be given the keys to your room. And then the final step is management. Okay, not really management, but like management. So they'll sign the property management agreement and let us get you a tenant, collect the rent for you, and manage your unit. So there is some fees around the management. I talked to the Royal Suburbs Resambo offices, and I was told there is a fee, there's a service charge fee, there's a management fee. Then the final part is financial independence. So you can now have passive monthly cash flow from the rental income. Be wise, understand the power of compounding. Okay, and yeah, that's the final step. So I want to own one of them, God willing, soon. Guys, soon. And I believe that doing a good job. So when you scroll down, you see Tsavo testimonials. If you'd like to hear what people are saying about Tsavo, you can definitely check these videos as well. So now we'll go straight into the apartments. So I've already opened the links. So you can see that the areas that they have really leaned towards are Embakasi, Resambo, and Kiambu Road. The ones that they've built more is Resambo and Embakasi. So that tells me if I'm to invest, I'll probably go with either of those two, because they've gone back again to build there. So that should tell you something. Okay, so Kiambu, Embakasi, or Roysambu. Yeah, so yeah, one of those three. So anyway, we are going to click on the AA, so the affordable amazing apartments, and you can see them here. So you can see under construction the Tsavo Feather, the Tsavo Step Up, the Royal Suburbs 2, which is under construction, and the Tsavo Sunset, which is in Kiambu Road, which is also under construction. Okay, these other ones are already sold, if I'm not wrong. So maybe if you're trying to rent with Tsavo, you can. And you can even see that they show you the process. So like for Tsavo Sunset, 60% has already been sold. That's the one in Kiambu Road. So anyway, we're going to learn more. So I have opened 4 links here that I don't think, guys, I'll be able to go through each of them because, guys, first of all, it's gonna be a lot. But I want to just show you the price range. So for example, for Tsavo Sunset, which is in Kiambu, studios are going for 1.7 million, and I believe the 2 bedrooms are going for 4.5, and they're for 80 units. If you come to Tsavo Feather, the studios are going for 1.8, and the superior studios are going for 2.3. Tsavo Step Up, studios are going for 1.95, and I believe the 1 bedrooms are going for 2.8, and the Royal Suburbs, 1 bedroom is 1.7, and the 2 bedroom is 4.5. And you can see they've even listed the units because I know the units they're building. From what I've seen, the Kiambu one is the one that has the most units, 480. So let's assume we want to purchase the Tsavo Sunset Kiambu. So we already know that the studios are sold out and the 2 bedrooms are sold out, if I'm not wrong. I feel like it's only the 1 bedrooms that are available from what we saw. What you come and do is you can click check out updates to learn more and see how far they are going, and then you can definitely download the PDF, and the PDF just breaks down everything for you to understand. And so for example, now the superior studio, these are the ones that are currently available, and the superior studio is 240 square feet, 2.25 million, and the expected rent is 15,500 shillings, right? And then you can see the layout as well. It's slightly bigger by 40 square feet. And then the final one is the 1 bedroom, which is 2.7 million. So first of all, the size, it's 300 square feet, so quite big, 2.7 million, and the expected rent is 20,500 shillings. And then finally, there is 2 bedroom. It has 500 square feet, so significantly bigger. This one is going for 4.5 million, and the expected rent is 30,500 shillings. Okay, and also that is the Tsavo Sunset. Quite a big one, guys, quite a big one. I mean, 480 units. So when you scroll down even more, so you can see there will be 2-level parking for this particular one, I guess because of the size. There will be 3 lifts, there will be a landscaped rooftop, and there will be a children's playground. So I guess this one, they're also targeting families. And this is now the investment information. So what this means, let me zoom in a bit for you guys to see. Yeah, so we've already talked about the buying price, the expected gross rent. So this is the rental yield. This is the yield you'd be making every year, right? And the one with the highest yield, I guess, is the 1 bedroom. So if you were to say 9.1% of 2.7 million, you'd get, it would be how much? That means how much are you making every year? 9.1% of 27 million, you're making 245,700 shillings yearly, right? Based on how much you've invested. So if you're making 245,700 shillings yearly, when you divide that by 12 months, that's exactly 20,500. Okay. So basically the 1 bedroom has a higher rental yield based on the amount of money you invested, and the 2 bedroom has a lower rental yield based on the amount you invested. Okay. Then value on completion. So this is them telling you once your apartment has finished building, or rather being built, this is the value of your apartment. So if you're maybe to sell it to somebody else, maybe you get tired and tell Tsavo to help you find a buyer, you would sell it for this amount. So yeah, then this is the year one capital gains. So this is where I'd like to show you guys, in case you want to invest, let's say in the Tsavo Sunsets, the one in Kiambu Road, you see that there is a studio apartment for this price, and you can make a deposit. So on their website, they've said you can make a deposit of 20% of the buying price of the apartment. So you don't have to have the whole 1.7 million, you don't have to have the whole 4.5 million. Let's say if you wanted, let's say the one bedroom, you don't need to have 2.7 million, you need to have 20% of 2.7 million, which is 540,000. Then once you make payment of this, you can now choose your payment options monthly. So depending on how fast you want to finish your payment, if you want to finish it in 2 years, this is 24 months. If you want to finish it in 2 years, then you need to be paying 90,000 monthly. Okay, if you want to finish it in 3 years, you're going to be paying 60,000 monthly. If you want to finish it in 4 years, 45,000 monthly. And if you want to have it for 5 years, I guess just not feel the burden as much, you can pay 36,000 monthly. So I came to their frequently asked questions, and here are some of the questions that you guys might have. Again, visit the website. And the one was, are there any other costs apart from the purchase price? Yes, guys. So there is stamp duty. This is a fee that I've seen even in buying land given to the government. And you can see that for this particular one, there is a stamp duty of 4% of the purchase price. So for example, you bought the studio for 1.7 million, right? 1.7 million is not everything. You'd have to pay 68,000, which is 4% of 1.7 million, to go as stamp duty, right? And then there's also legal fees. Please just note that there's some extra costs to you purchasing this particular property. Does Tsavo offer property management services? Yes, they do. I'm going to ask that for you. And then I have made my monthly payment. How long will it take to reflect in your account? They've given you all the details. And how long does it take for my receipt to be sent to me? So basically, yeah, they don't have a lot on their frequently asked questions, but I wish they had more. Tsavo, if you're listening, please add more questions there. So that is how the apartments look like. Let me know, guys, if this is something you're looking to invest in. And like I told you guys, this is a long-term investment. It's not something that you're looking to quickly make back your money, right? It's not like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to find a way to quickly make back my money. But in case you guys want to know how that would look like, let me show you example using the royal suburbs, because we have gone through the Tsavo Sunset. Let us do that with the royal suburbs, okay? So guys, at this point of the video, I want us to crunch the numbers. I want us to just be realistic about this investment, see how much we're investing, our break even, our return on investment, and all that jazz. And we're assuming the royal suburbs. So I'm on the royal suburbs site, royal suburbs 2, because that's the one that's being constructed, and we're going to use it as our base, okay? So we're going to be assuming we are buying a 1 bedroom at 2.7 million, and the expected rent is 20,000 shillings. So the thing is, guys, your ROI on your passive income investment, if you're going through the Tsavo management route, so the 1 bedroom is at 2.7 M, then there's stamp duty, which we've seen earlier, 4% of that, which is 108,000. Then there's legal fees and other unforeseen costs, which will total to 75,000. So basically your total purchasing price will be 2.8 million Kenya shillings, okay? Then, okay, guys, there is also service charge. This service charge actually is an amount that you have to pay every single month to Tsavo. If they are managing it for you, if you're managing it by yourself, it's a fee that is within their policy. So when you first do the service charge, once the apartment is ready for handover, you need to do an upfront service charge for 6 months, okay? and that is 9,000. So this is either way. If you go the Tsavo management route, if you don't go the Tsavo management route, you have to pay that. And our new total is now 2.892 million. So once the handover is done and you'd like to acquire management services from Tsavo, you'll be charged 8% of the rentless service charge. So what does this mean? If the expected rent is 20,000, which we've seen here, expected rent is 20,000, and you remove 1,500 for the service charge, which goes to Tsavo, the new rent that you should be receiving is 18,500. So if you decide to manage it on your own, that is what you'll be getting. However, if you decide to work with Tsavo, they'll get 8% of that, which is 1,480 shillings, right? And your new rent that will be entering your account is therefore 17,020 shillings. Your return on investment. So the total cost of purchasing was 2.892 and the rental income is 17,000. Therefore, the yearly gains, assuming 99% occupancy rate, that means every year you'd be making 204,420 shillings. And if you were to calculate the cost of investment and how much you're getting yearly, your break even is after 14 years. However, please remember that this property will be yours forever, meaning it can be passed down wealth to your family, siblings, and also with inflation, rent will steadily increase in these 14 years, and this can also act as a retirement buffer for you in the near future. Assuming you're 30 years, you'll enjoy passive income gains, okay, from 31, but I mean in terms of breaking even from 44 years and beyond. This can also act as a source of income monthly as the years progress and can assist your family or you during tough times or weather heavy bills. So the thing is, and the whole point of investing, guys, that I want you guys to see that I've also learned is, as much as yes, you're breaking even in 14 years, which is not kidogo years, you know, it's like a child was born and now they're a teenager. The apartment is going to be yours forever, like literally. So you could be 50, 60, 70, 80 and you'd still be making this money. And that's why it's important to invest, because you maybe worked hard to make this 2.9 million, but the returns you're going to get are far much more than what you've invested, right, in the long run. And also for the fact that you can pass it down to your family, to your children, to your siblings. If you have younger siblings you're schooling, you know, you can pass it down maybe when you die, or use it when you're older, when you have heavy school bills or heavy hospital bills or retirement. Like, investing as early as possible is crucial for your longevity on earth. Okay. So now we go to if you decide to go the Airbnb route, because I've also seen that some people have actually gone this route using the Tsavo Apartments, and I'll show you guys in a bit. So let's say you go the Airbnb route. Let's assume you want to manage your own apartment. So if you manage it, not the Airbnb route, then you know you're going to be making 18,500 shillings monthly for rent. However, just know you'd be the one to look for the tenants yourself. So you better find a tenant who's going to be in your apartment at least for 4 years when they're in campus or something, before you go back to struggling to find another person to stay in your apartment. So if you go the Airbnb route, please note that now it stops being passive income. Because, you know, with the Tsavo managing for you guys, you just need to continue doing what you're doing in life, and then money just keeps entering your account. Especially if you pay them the 8%, they will figure out how to paint your apartment, they'll figure out how to fix it, they'll figure out who's going to be entering that apartment every month. So ideally, that is truly passive income. But if you go to the active income route, let's say the Airbnb route, and you want, or rather route, I don't know how you guys pronounce that word, but anyway, if you go the Airbnb route, so let's say now we know the purchasing price is 2.89. Is it 2.89? Yes, total cost of purchasing the unit was 2.89, because you still have to pay the service charge cost, right? So because we know that, let's assume decorating the apartment would be 300,000 shillings. So I'm assuming you'd get a nice bed, then the sitting room, you get a nice TV, flat screen smart TV, probably pay Netflix for your guys, do a nice couch. Like, I'm putting on a budget of 300,000, because I don't know, it could go up depending on your vibes and your aesthetics, but it could go low if you're a smart shopper. Anyway, so your new total now shoots up to 3.2 million. Okay, now let's talk about the fees that you would be encountering if you go this route. So there are Airbnb fees. There is the Airbnb host service fee. This is 3% of the booking fee. This one is usually split between you and the people you host. So you give, I think, Airbnb 6%. 3% is paid by the guest and 3% is paid by you. Then there is needed supplies, beddings, towels. So some of this you probably do one time in terms of towels and beddings, but then you didn't necessarily, take them to the laundry or something, or clean them in a fancy way. And then now toilet paper, soap, and toiletries, you'd have to be refilling them for your guests. Cleaning costs. So again, cleaning costs, some Airbnbs charge a hefty fee, but anyway, cleaning costs also falls on your guests, but you might as well do maybe thorough deep cleans or such that like the amount you're getting from your guests, and then maybe you top up a bit more, so 50-50 on that. And then utilities, maintenance, and emergencies. So for this, you're lucky because if you're under the Tsavo building, you'd be giving them 1,500 for that. So if a tap breaks, it's Tsavo who's going to fix it, I assume. If water is not coming out, you're going to go to Tsavo because you bought the apartment from Tsavo, okay? And you're paying service charge of 1,500. I mean, I think. I'm not sure, but I think. But I'm also wondering, if you bought the apartment and they gave you when everything was working fine, and then in the long run some things stop working, is it Tsavo who fixes it or it's you? Tsavo, if you're watching, please comment down below. Then there's country law taxes. So again, if you're a law-abiding citizen of Kenya, there's some taxes or fees that you would have to make, again, if you're law-abiding and you're not trying to run away from KRA. So there's a registrations and licensing from TRA, Tourism Authority regulations, that you're meant to pay before operations, right? And the application fee is 1,000, and there's an annual license fee of 26,000. Then there's a single business permit, because your Airbnb is essentially a business. You would have to pay for that. So depending on the size of the apartment, I'm assuming 10,000 for this. There's also home insurance. So again, this is highly dependent on you. If you feel like you've heavily invested in the furnishings and you just want to keep your home safe, because it's ideally kind of like your home, then you do that. And there's also digital tax, because you're running a business online, you have to pay 1%. So I've seen there's another cost called NEMA license, something to do with the Environment Management Authority, but I will not lie that I'm 100% sure about that particular one, but also please kindly do your research in case it's something that you'd have to pay. So again, please note that these are the fees you'll be incurring if you go the Airbnb route. Mostly the Airbnb fees would be your number one fees for a long time period. The second one would probably come in the long run, because I don't think when you start a business you go running to pay taxes. You first try figure out the business, try make profit, and then slowly by slowly tell the government that, hi, I have an investment here. I think that's how most people work here in Kenya. But anyway, I'm not trying to say you shouldn't pay for them. Please do. So again, you can also consider hiring an Airbnb manager to run this Airbnb space for you, or you can run it on your own. So that could be the third fees that you would be incurring in the event you decide to also hire someone to manage it for you. Okay, so now let's crunch the numbers. So assuming the rural suburbs too as your Airbnb location, most one-bedroom Airbnbs are going for $21 to $29 a night. So if you offer your guests a good stay, discounts or longer stays, you'll be constantly booked. And I want to show you this part right now. So yes, guys, so I came to Airbnb and I found apartments that are in Tsavo, and I want to show you guys some of them that are really beautiful, that are doing a good job, and they're mostly one bedroom, and that's why in the example we have used a one bedroom as an example. So you can see that this is one hosted by Brenda. Shout out to Brenda if you guys would like to book her apartment, and hers is $26 a night. And you can see the aesthetics. I don't want to go through all the photos because of time. You can also go to the second one. I liked this apartment. It's by Alan. So it's an entire rental unit, again, one bedroom, and you can see he charges $29 a night. Then you can see there's another one by Bernard. I loved how Bernard designed his. I don't know, it just has vibes. It really has really good vibes. And the fact that this couch, the L seat, just works for this space. there's just a way he's designed this that looks really nice. He's charging $29 a night. Shout out to Bernard as well, guys. Give these people jobs, then go stay in their Airbnbs. And the final one that I liked, okay, so this is by a lady known as Christine. Hers is significantly cheaper, and she's charging $21 a night. And yeah, basically that's it. So you can see out of all these 4 apartments, I guess depending on the aesthetics, the goals of the host, how much they've invested, they've put the amounts of what they feel comfortable with. So 26 for Brenda, there is 29 for Alan. It has also a fan. There is 29 from Bernard. So Bernard and Alan are sharing a cost, and then there's one really affordable one here, and that's 21 by Christine. Okay, so these are Airbnbs that are in Tsavo, and I mean, you can tell they're in Tsavo because of the large windows. Tsavo is known for these beautiful windows. Like, I don't think there's an apartment in Kenya that's affordable that has these nice windows. Let's just be honest, okay? So I can tell even this thing, the divider, is usually mostly in Tsavo, and mainly because I've seen. So you can see this is the entrance. There's a kitchen here. Then this wall here has a washroom and toilet, the fridge. Then the seats are here, and then just in front is your bedroom. Again, some really beautiful views, and I really like this. So when we go back to the numbers, you can see that income from Airbnb is ranging between $21 a night to $29 a night, right? And you can see if you go the $21 a night, like Christine, she's making $630 every month. If you go with Ndichu, who's at 29, he's probably making $870 a night. But please, guys, know that this booking rate is very critical. It's critical because if you don't get bookings, then this is not the amount you'll be getting, okay? Then again, let's assume yearly gains. So assuming 99% bookings, Christine would be making $7,560 a year, while Ndichu would be making $10,440 a year. That's roughly 850 Kenya shillings to 1.2 million. So please remember the cost that we mentioned before. So I did not input them in the 3.2 million here because it would depend in a manager to manage it, or you're going to do it on your own, meaning those costs are not there. So there are a lot of variables. So let's just say this 3.2 could be more if you do more, and it can be less, or rather it can stay as it is if you don't do much, basically, because this is plus decorations, or yeah, basically. So let's assume if you divide that to 850,000, which is Christine's yearly gains, you'd break even in 4 years or more, again depending on the variables that I've mentioned. So you see the difference between the Airbnb route. So obviously it has more work, it has more expenses, but the breaking even point is earlier, right? So literally in 4 years or 5 years, you've made back the 3.2 million that you invested. And then let's say if you're really good at this Airbnb business, you'll be in business for years and years to come, making a steady income of $10,000 every single year. Steady passive income of $10,000, because eventually it shall be passive. But please note, this could be more because of the fees, or maintaining the Airbnb, or paying the Airbnb manager if you have one. So anyway, those are the numbers that I was crunching up for you guys to see how Tsavo can be a really great investment if you are able to jump on this. I really want to be able to own an apartment with Tsavo. I'm praying that I will be able to, specifically using my own video as research and as basis for my investment. So let's pray that the gods of luck, favor, and money fall and bestow upon me. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have learned a lot, and yes.
But anyway, that is what I figured, or rather this is what I stumbled upon. Tsavo has not paid me to do this video. I wish they did. I really wish they did. But I am not one to keep information to myself because I have not been paid. But that's not me. I will find nice opportunities and I'll share with you guys, because the whole point of ONR is to give value, is to educate, and is to inspire and motivate you guys to be good investors, huge crypto fans, and we are trying to make money, guys. We are trying to make money on this channel, okay? So yeah, let me know, guys, what you think about the Tsavo Apartments. But please don't forget to comment down below your thoughts about Tsavo. Maybe things that you don't like about them, things that you like about them, anything you've experienced with Tsavo. It would be great if you guys shared your responses in the comment section, so that
even I can learn from your journey and probably even do a part 2. Who knows? Otherwise, that is it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for sticking by and for watching till the end. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. However, that is pretty much it, guys. I want to remind you to start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. I love you guys. Bye and see you in the next one. Peace.